Hiya! Welcome to an outdoor vlog where I'm going to try to update you on all the things that have been happening in my life for the past 2-ish weeks. So, first of all, I should tell you where I am. I am not too far from where I live right now. I'll be walking back towards Kilmurray. This way, behind me, would lead into Limerick City. It's like a 40-minute walk down this pathway along the River Shannon to get there. Haven't done it yet, should try it on a preferably warmer day. It's kind of cool and windy, kind of eerie out here right now. Something's getting ready to blow in probably. Would not be surprised. But yeah, River Shannon behind me is quite beautiful. Has our prettier days though. Things have been a bit weird just because it's been so like rainy, but that's usual, that's normal, that's Ireland. Anywhooser, I have to tell you, I did get to go to that rugby game. I went to Cork on a Friday night. Easy trip to Cork. It's like an hour and a half bus ride maybe. And Cork's very fun. And it was awesome. We got amazing tickets at the rugby game. And these guys are like refrigerators. Gigantic. And they also wear these like gigantic like squarish parkas. So they're really just like refrigerators running around. And they just absolutely kill each other. And just like some guy ripped his shirt off. There was almost a fight. But this team, for people in Limerick, cheer for is Munster, because that's like the big kind of, what would you call it, like province. Munster is the province that Limerick is in, and it's like red and some deer or elk or something is their mascot, and they love it. And Munster is actually like amazing, like the best in the nation, if not in like the league of rugby it is. And they did a great job. It was very fun. And awesome seats. I'll put in some pictures and a little bit of a video. A lot about rugby that I don't understand, but I enjoy a lot. Second to that though, I went to Oxford last weekend with a good friend of mine. Shout out to Izzy, who watches all of my videos and I love and appreciate so much, and her group of friends. And I had an amazing time in Oxford. It was a bit of a cluster to get there. I took a bus from Limerick to Dublin Airport, took a plane from Dublin to London, and then I went from the Gatwick Airport to London city centre, and kind of spent half of the day like strolling around London, which is always fun. Did the white girl London thing and went and got a scone and hung out and went to Buckingham Palace and just walked around, walked by the River Thames, did all the things. And then I hopped on another bus and went to Oxford. And so got my first experience of Oxford kind of like at night, which is really cool because so much of it is like so like castle-y. It's like lots of high brick walls. Some of them are very old and medieval, and like that kind of against like a very dark sky, but not like completely black yet. It's almost like monotone with its like black castle-y like outcroppings against the black sky. It was gorgeous. Had a great time. For my keener, eagle-eyed viewers, I got my nose pierced. I did that on Saturday. Izzy's best friend Letty was just like, I want to get my nose pierced. And I was like, oh my god, I've wanted to get my nose pierced since I was like 14. So if you do it, I do it. And we just did it and it was awesome. On Saturday, we toured a bunch of the colleges, which confused me at first. I was like, so which one is actually Oxford University? All of them, there's like 38 like colleges, which are like subsets, all belong to Oxford University. So we toured several of those, and they're all gorgeous. I'll put in tons of pictures. I have a couple videos maybe of just like Oxford City. It's very pretty. It's so nice to walk around. Like, people might think it's like too preppy or uppity, but it's really, really cool. It's just lots of nerds, so it's the best kind. Had an awesome time. On Sunday night, we went to this place called the Half Moon, and it was so like classically English pub. People just like rolled up with their instruments and like formed a circle and like played folk songs that they knew, and every once in a while like somebody would just start a song and start singing, and I loved it. And Izzy wanted me to sing a song, so I sang an American folk song. I sang My Rifle, My Pony, and Me, which is like slightly out of character for me to sing in public, but something about being abroad gives you courage that you wouldn't normally have, because it's like this liminal space where things matter, but they also don't really matter. So you can kind of do what you want, hence probably the nose ring. But also I had that kind of courage, and then a little bit of Dutch courage too, if you know what that means. So then sang, and that was an amazing send-off. I was so sad to leave Oxford, and Izzy and Letty and all of her friends, Victoria, and just amazing people that I love very much, fell in love with like overnight. Spending such a good time with them, hanging out. So I came back from Oxford and had a normal week of classes, and then 2 days ago, I went to Kilkee Beach for an ecology field trip, and it was so fun. I'm gonna twist this around, my arm is like cramping. And identified a bunch of seaweeds and seashells at this like very like rocky shore, which is not something we have in North Carolina whatsoever. It's like all these species of creatures that I would only ever see in an aquarium and like from a distance. So I was like up close, like getting to like poke sea urchins and like poke sea anemones, and it was phenomenal, and I loved it. And I hated seaweed when we had it in the lab because it's like so weird and sticky and out of place, but I realized like once it's in its natural habitat, it's just like so right and so fitting. And oh my gosh, look at all this mud. Have fun watching me talk to you and navigate this at the same time. But yeah, when seaweed is in its natural habitat, it just seems so right and beautiful. And here's a deep philosophical thought for you guys, like made me think maybe that's like humans and that's like us. Like we shine our brightest when we're in our natural habitat, and a lot of things people can think, like get the wrong impression of us maybe if we're in an uncomfortable zone. But if they saw like what we were best at, then like everybody would shine out. It's very cliche, I'm sure. If I put it in writing, it would be better. I'll articulate it later and write a paper for you about it or something. Golly, hope I get back without busting my butt. At least it'll be on video. Hold on. I have really done it up now. Okay, hold on. This is what the Blundstones are for. Oh no, but I had an awesome time, and we had a sheltered shore. There were lots of like rock pools and little tons of like little baby conch shells that are called periwinkles, and some just like tons of barnacles and stuff. Is so cool. And we were gonna walk over to this exposed shore, which exposed shore just means that there's like tons of waves like crashing all the time and the high winds and stuff. So naturally it's kind of dangerous. And it was at low tide, but for low tide it was a very high tide, and so we had to like, we just couldn't do it. People were like falling left, right, and center, just like slipping on seaweed and stuff. And it was just like, it's like actually kind of dangerous. So we packed up and we went to this little like seaside cafe, which was like just so cute. Oh gosh, I love, it sounds stupid to say like I love seaside cafes, but I'm just gonna add that on the list of things that I love very much. And we wish I could go back. But that was called Kilkee Beach, and I'll put in pictures and videos too. Also, I have, my phone is on like 40%, and then all of a sudden I looked back and it was on 1%, and I was like, what, why, what happened? And so now I realize it was because I had like a video running while it was in my pocket the whole time. So I have some like genuine sound recordings of my reaction, like to seeing like seaweeds and different things. So I can put some of that in at the end and listen at your own discretion. I might have gotten myself a little bit lost here because I thought I would come out at my dorm, and TBH, I don't really know where I am, so I think I gotta turn around. I'm gonna go a little bit further and just kind of explore, see what's going on over here. Here's some pretty birds. It is so muddy. I'm so glad I have not fallen. All right, hold on. Now you're on an adventure with Anna. It looks like there's, I don't know, some boggy stuff going on. I don't really know. Oh, here's a pretty tree. Check this out. This is classic Ireland. Just have a tree like completely covered in moss and like growing in this weird bog thing. How pretty. Nature tours with Anna. It's all pretty neat. I'm gonna go back over this and, oh wait, hold on, I'll show you something, one other thing. Look how pretty that is. Check out that lichen. Did you know that lichen is not one organism, but two? It is algae and fungus growing together in a symbiotic relationship. But you didn't know that? How cool is that? That's pretty neat. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I was gonna tell you. I learned some fun facts. So spiral staircases go down, like spiral down to the right, because in the olden days, people would be defending from the top, and a lot of the swordsmen would be right-handed, so they needed the right side to be free to be able to work to like sword and protect, whereas the people coming up would be having a harder time because they would only have to like use their left hand or like cross their right hand, you know? So that's cool. I had something called a pasty, which I don't think we have them in the US. I'm gonna switch back again. But they're like basically like meat pie turnover kind of things, and the crust on the side is supposed to be really hard, and they originated in Cornwall, southwestern England, which I'm gonna go to. I'm gonna go to Cornwall because Izzy loves it and Letty loves it, and I've always wanted to go since she told me about it, so always since like last year and a half ago. We're gonna work that out. It'd be awesome. It's like a beachy, rocky, shore, cliffy, beautiful part of England. But there's lots of mines there, and the wives would make the pasties with like a really hard crust, like a handle for the like sandwichy type on the go meat pie turnover pasty thing for their husbands that were going down in the mines, so that they could have dirty hands from the mines but still eat their sandwiches, and have them in like a concise fold over kind of thing. So that's cool. There was one more thing, I think, not that I remember right now, but I'm gonna put in a bunch of pictures at the end, some videos of Oxford. Sorry, I'm not making direct eye contact right now. It's my butt on video. This has probably been a long one. I think I'm ready to sign off. I think I've said most everything. I can always do a follow-up video if I forgot everything. Hope you've enjoyed the tours and it has not been too shaky or crazy. But one of these days, promise, probably on a Saturday when kids aren't here, I'll give you a campus tour. And I would do that because maybe I already said, but Irish kids go home every weekend. This place turns into a ghost town Friday afternoon, sometimes Thursday afternoon, and then they rush back in like Sunday night. So it's so strange, like a strange culture, but I guess Ireland's small enough, like the farthest anybody would have to go is like 3 hours, so you just might as well go home. But yeah, I found my way. This is my little village. I feel like I should keep talking until I get up a little bit closer, but I kind of chose this back way because I didn't really want people to think like, who's this weird vain girl just staring at herself in a camera. But I think that's it. Thanks for hanging in there with me. Oh, I'm feeling some rain start. Oh my gosh, look at this beautiful tree. Look at that, wild. All that, I think lichen or some kind of moss. Yes, okay, hold on. This is the passageway that I was looking for. Just missed the turn, but we're here now. Oh, look, wait, oh here. Look, do you see that? Oh, those are snowdrops. I'm gonna go up to them. So we don't have these in the US. You might know what they look like. Here's one. Actually, no, this looks like a windflower. I don't know if that's a snowdrop. Yeah, I guess these, oh, I'm questioning myself. I might look it up. They look a little bit like a windflower, but I think it's a snowdrop. Any hooser, look how beautiful. Oh, sorry. Gorgeous. All right. I'm gonna walk and talk with you a little bit more. Not ready to hang up yet. Yeah, things in Kilmurray have been good. I am going to another rugby game. I know I go to all these crazy rugby games, but this one will be in Limerick City, and it's like at a very famous park. It's where like they're like centered here. So I don't know if I've said this, I probably have. The Munster rugby players, which are like the big deal in Ireland, practice here, and their like main headquarters are here, literally like a stone's throw from where I live. Like I walk past the arena on the way home. And Thomond Park is like their main place where they would play, like that's their home stadium. So I'm gonna be able to go watch a game at their home stadium, which is exciting. Check out this tree. What the heck is this? I really don't know. Some kind of weird pine. I'll look it up. I wonder if it's Scots pine. Scots pine is the fastest growing pine here in Ireland. They're everywhere. Got them all over the place. I'm sorry, this has been like half nature, half what's going on in Anna's life. But what else? Yeah, I think that's it. Wait a minute. St. Patrick's Day is this Sunday, and I'm going to be in Dublin, which is gonna be wild. The hesitation was it's gonna be crazy, but at least I'll get to say I was in Dublin on St. Patrick's Day, though I hear it's much bigger I'm not going that way, there's some boys hurling. I don't mean throwing up, I mean playing the game. It's bigger in New York, I guess because it's a very Americanized thing, but they also do it in Dublin big. So I'm excited. I'll update you on that. Update you on rugby whenever that happens eventually. That's in a couple weeks. Until then, sayonara. Hope things are good. Thanks for hanging in. Love you very much. I'm going to add some pictures and videos at the end. Yeah. Love you, love you, love you. Here, where I live is, oh, you can see it. I'll zoom. I won't walk you all the way there. But that blue door right there, far at the end, that back corner of Kilmurray, that is where I live. So almost home. You got the scenic view, scenic route. Bye for now. Lots of love, hugs and kisses. Bye. quite cute. I like the different colors.
Yeah, they're really. This is a very cute street.
And what is this building right here with the flag? Is that a college?
That's a college, yeah.
Which one is that one?
Maybe Oriole, actually.
Oh, Oriole was in the in the show.
Yeah.
I'm actually such a crap videographer. My hands are so shaky.
Good. And that's where we were yesterday. Up there.
Oh, at the tower, top
Yep.
tower, like down the right
Tower.
campus. So then to the left, this is All Souls.
Yes.
And
yes.
then to the right was
So the other side of the round
was
is
Brasenose.
Yeah.
Izzy, aka Ladybird.
Yes. Hello.
It's part of you now. Oh, I think that's Sargassum unicum too. Take that crap.
Okay, so what's this one here again?
Corallina.
I was going to say that.
There's tons. That's my favorite lepticata because it's like. Oh, that one's Sargassum unicum. Yes. Oh no.
We have to get out of here again.
Do what?
I can't tell.
I think it is. Unless it's small palmaria. That might be small palmaria.
Yeah.
Right.
It has like. Wait, what's this one here? Too.
I think that might be palmaria. Yeah. Yeah.
You want to eat it?
I would eat. I'll eat the Connor's Crispus, but oh, I should have done that.
Yeah, you should have. Yeah, you should have. I'm disappointed.
Wait, we need to. Can we go ahead? What are we doing? Can you just throw that in my face? Wait, what are we doing right now?